And here we are. I knocked down the light. Alrighty. So we are going to be playing with all kinds of different stuff. I casted a bunch of stuff in resin last night. We're going to do some more resin casting. Trying to inlay stuff. And if we have time, I have some stuff over here to try some silicone painting. So let's start by doing some demolds. Let's start with the least cool one. Let's see what these guys came out as. These are just a bunch of skull face guys. Okay. That's the first one.
So where did you get the skulls from?
The mold, or?
Yes, the molds.
This mold is a Temu mold. Matter of fact, all these molds I'm using right now are Temu molds. Got a pirate. Who's this guy?
Alrighty.
A zombie looking dude, and he has another skull in his brain. Another skull on the skull. Which is weird. All these feel a little weird around the edges, around the thin spots. They may not be fully cured. We got a Viking. Some flashing around him. This Viking, I actually accidentally dripped some blue swirls in him. So, up on the top of his helmet there. You can see the blue up on his horn and stuff. He has, on his face, his helmet.
I wonder if they're from St. Olaf.
And this last one is in blue. Not cool looking. A lot more definition with color.
No. That one's just blue because you had extra blue resin?
Yeah, I had casted something else, and this was leftovers. Kind of what I just use these ice tray mold style molds for. I have a couple other ones. I have brains and hearts. This one's a bunch of body parts. So anytime I'm casting latex or resin, I'll just keep those around and I'll just pour the excess into those. And let's see what's next. Let's do some little skulls. You got these little skulls. These are 3-dimensional skulls. I have not used one of these 3D molds yet. I have no clue how well this is.
Little skulls.
All these molds that we use this time are ones I've never used. These are first castings. I really don't know what's the best way to kill them or anything yet. See that glare on the back of his head? Oh, those came out cool. Oh, real nice. I like that. This came out dope. How shiny it is.
Ooh, I like that one.
I hope they all came out like that. There's 4 of the same mold here. My thought was because I want to start making stuff for selling. But if I made these in a smoke gray and then a clear red, I can make them into checker pieces and then make a cool skulls just look cool. Maybe we could try making some clear red ones.
So yeah, we're doing this like prep work for when we get our cell license, right?
Yep. Boop. There's that guy. These guys came out really dope. I like how this mold works. Which makes me even more excited because these two are also the same set as this one. They're just bigger. And those ones have color and stuff, and we already seen the color sparkly stuff looks really cool. Compared to like this is the same as this. Same mix. Same batch.
Oh, so how is that one's more matte and the other's shiny?
That's just the finish on the mold itself. So the smoother the finish on the mold, the shinier your part will be. And that goes for everything. That's even like a build plate on a 3D printer. If your build plate on your 3D printer has like a texture to it, when you look at the bottom of the print, you'll have that texture. So that's why they sell those build plates. Like one of the ones I want to get is a carbon fiber pattern, and then you can print stuff on it and then peel it off, and it'll have a carbon fiber pattern on it. Or you can get it so it's like a rainbow holographic look to it, and then when you peel off the thing, it'll have like a rainbow holographic look to the face of it. I'm gonna save the dragons for last, I think. This is dragons. Let's do some more skulls. Let's go through all the skulls, then we'll do the diet. And then we'll do tentacles and then dragons.
Is any of them Mr. Skullhead?
This should be a purple sparkly skull.
The big reveal.
Cool. Has a lot of sparkle in it too. See what happens when I hit with UV light. Yeah, you can see the sparkle a lot more when you hit with the UV light. Bigger skulls are a little harder to open.
Oh, I'm excited for when you take out the tentacles and stuff. Sewong. And what is this?
I made a bunch of resin stuff and we're opening it all, we're unpacking it out of the molds. This is actually a mix of like 3 different batches. So this should be really interesting. So this is the red, white, and blue batch right here. So that was a red resin with blue sparkles in it. This has some of this purple batch in it. And it has some of this blue with blue sparkle batch. So this is a weird mix of all of them. It's a little finger dexterity to get these things out. That's cool. Now where you look different, that's cool.
Easy money, My Chemical Romance.
See, like,
I mean,
the red
I don't know
thing
what
when I rotate it?
we could really romanticize about it, but we
Yeah,
do have
you see
pretty skulls.
See all the red, and you turn it in the right lighting, and then it disappears. And then when it comes down, the shade right here becomes purple at the top. It's a cool one. Have to clean up a little bit of flashing around the bottom. That's a cool one. I do really like these skulls. These skulls are cool. I think about the right size for a gear shifter. Alright, now to the dice. This is one of the ones that makes me a little nervous. Because this is a weird mold. That dice didn't come out. There's holes in some of these dice.
Ooh.
Let's start with the middle pyramid die. See what we got there. We have a slight hole in it. So I wouldn't sell this if we were trying to sell. These are very sharp tips. I probably will knock these tips down if I did these again. Do you like the red and blue swirl setup here?
Easy money.
Also, should probably work on getting a pressure pot because there's a lot of bubbles in that. That is very sharp. We need to sand those tips when we do this mold. The corners on these are very crisp corners. Look at that 6 shiny ass blue.
Huh?
No. That one came out decent.
Hello, Sir James. Just saw your comment.
That one came out good. I like that dice. It came out nice. This one has a hole in it, unfortunately. But I do believe this is the D20. And that means the Nat 1 has a hole in it. See the hole or was underfilled. Or a bubble came to the surface. I like the swirl pattern that it has. See how it rolls. 12, 7, 1. Okay, so 2, 1 for one good one. We'll put the good one here. 2 that have defects. This one looks to have a defect as well. Oh my gosh, these are a pain to get out. This is the D20. And the number one side is just like a hole. That is your number one side, it is a hole.
Great.
Apparently the powder is not completely sealed into it. It needs to get wiped real quick. So the sparkly parts that you see are powders.
Oh, my computer might be crashing right now. I don't know.
Use mica powders for the sparkly parts, and then I use these dyes, which are technically for silicone, for the coloring, and it seems to have cured, even though they're technically not the right thing. That's another not quite all there. Let's see what we got. Let's switch up the rest of the dice. Got mold out of the way. Okay. So this one has a valley. That has a void as well. I do like the dyes. The dyes are nice and crisp past that. 00 has a void. Yeah, I gotta get a pressure pot before we do this one. That one also has a hole. Which means all but one dice in this kit was a failed. That sucks. Alright. Now for the one you want to see. Tentacles.
Ooh.
Real nicely. Tentacle number 1. Fully cured, nice and solid.
Mm.
Tentacle number 2. Go with this top corner here. Work them however they want to come out with those ones. There we go. That worked really well. Peel the mold off of them. Alright, so that's all our tentacles right there. So, let's see, we have, that was the first one we built. Again. And then we got that guy.
Ooh.
This one. Double tentacle. And the big piece of quad tentacle.
Hmm. You know, just like that, it looks like it is already like coming out of like the ocean or something because they're up straight like that.
Yeah. Probably make a cool like picture frame out of them. Alright. Now for the last demold.
Mm.
The one I'm most nervous about because if this works out, I have a really cool idea for these pieces. So this is a 2-piece mold.
That looks like that came out pretty clean.
Came out super clean. So these two have to go together like that, and then they make a dragon.
Oh, he's so cute.
My thought is I have a even bigger than this skull that I want to take some UV resin and a piece of fishing line and then put a couple dots of UV resin on here, set the fishing line on there, set the other half on there, line it all up, hit it with the UV light so that it cures with the string coming out of it. Well, technically it will be coming out of the butt because you cast your molds upside down and then hang this inside this mold with a popsicle stick and then put the string over it and put a little resin on that. Put a couple dots there to hold it so it doesn't move, and then pour resin in around it. The fishing string will disappear in the resin, you won't see it. And it'll just be a skull, dragon inside of a skull. That's my thought. So I kind of want to try that later. Dragon came out really cool. I think I might do this same smoky clear color for the skull. You can see in there pretty well. Can't see through it though. makes me a little bit. Maybe I'll hit a little bit less than I hit in that. But yeah. So all of that came out pretty cool. Let's see. We can start putting these guys back in the box. Got a box here to put everything in. We also have a bunch of silicone things that I had previously casted a long time ago.
The box of parts.
Goodies box. Okay. They're all good pieces. These could probably be turned into jewelry. They only fell on one side. And we go put a hanger on that side. Possibly. Alright. That is our box of goodies right there. So let's actually cast some resin and experiment a little here. We will start with this. We're going to be pouring both these molds. I want to just give them a light blue tint. So I have really cheap resin. The nicer the resin you get, the better this stuff comes out usually. I've just been buying the really cheap Amazon stuff. Like that. So, if you take it, what I've been doing is I open part A, pour in, let's do an ounce. Ounce part A. Get part B up here. Part B is ready to go. I'm gonna put gloves on because this stuff gets goopy on your hands. Even though I did find a soap that will actually take it off my hands. So if you have uncured resin goo on your hands, I discovered last night that you can use Fast Orange, the degreaser soaps for washing your hands after you work on your car, and it'll actually turn it into like little crumblies. I'm thinking it sticks in the pumice, sticks to the pumice, and then just bonds to that and becomes little crumbly balls. So it actually worked really good. Now that I have part A in here, I will add a little bit of color. You measure your color by the drops. Don't want this super dark, so we'll start with 4 drops. You can add color later. You cannot remove color. We want this a nice light blue.
Remember that, folks.
That is not enough. Alright, 6 more drops. Also remember, this is only half of your mix. This is only part A in here, so it is going to get thinned down even more. Like, I think that's a little bit lighter than I want. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Give it 6 more drops.
So getting the right color, is it kind of just like a guessing game? Start a little bit and then just add more till you get the right color?
Yes and no. So you notice I'm counting them. So what you can do is, like, right now I'm at 12. I kind of like this blue that I'm getting to. And you can add a little more after you add your part B. You're just on the clock. So, seeing that's close to the blue I want, I'm going to add a couple more, just because I know it's going to thin out a bit. So that puts me at 15. I just added 3 more drops. Remember, scrape your edges, scrape your bottom, mix it in well. Try not to go too fast because you'll introduce bubbles. That's how you get voids. Also, don't be in a hurry. You can let it sit there for a second in this stage and it won't cure. And I personally will just watch it, and like right now it's bubbling a bunch. I'm gonna let some of that air bubbles come out. You can kind of see the little shiny pop spots that keep showing up there. Yeah, but
looks like a pretty light blue
showing up. The dots suddenly show up for a second. Those are all bubbles. You know, rock your resin back and forth. Work all the bubbles to the surface. Alright, that's about as good as that's gonna get. I'm not sure I made enough of this. But we know we have 15 drops of blue in there to 1 ounce of each of the hardener and the resin. So we can remake this if we need to make more. So pour this into even amount so we get 2 ounces there. That's it.
Say Wong wants to know, is this something?
Are we making something? Kinda. So what this mold is for is a phone holder. So you may have seen like those Viking seats where there's like the board and the other board sticks through and it holds it up. It's one of those, but it's designed so that your charger can go through the little notch right here. You can have your phone standing up and watch whatever while your phone's charging. I actually really like this light blue that we came out with. And these are for silicone molds, so I don't need any release for resin. If I was trying to do this, pour silicone into this mold, I would have to have a release because silicone will bond to silicone, but the resin cannot bond to the silicone. Fill in the void. Also, you might notice I'm pouring fairly low. That's because that's another way to minimize your bubbles.
Yes, no bubbles.
Well, bubbles will give you little specks in it. And then the other thing bubbles will do are they can leave divots in the surface. And there are ways to fix that, but let's try not to. And what I want to see about doing, the reason we went with a light blue, is I want to see about laying a Pokemon card in there. And adding some more resin over it.
Sewon says looks like resin.
It is.
And no, Sewon, I don't. Well, at least in our household, we're not watching the World Cup. I mean, we hear about it little bits and pieces on the interwebs, but we're not dedicated to watching and keeping up with it.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to the sports I actually like. One that I don't particularly care about is definitely not going to be the one I watch. There's nothing wrong with soccer, but it's not a sport I care about exactly. I actually almost played soccer in high school. And I found hacky sack. All the fun parts with none of the running. Now that we've embedded this Pokemon card, hopefully, I need to make some more because there's not enough for this other half mold. Another thing to keep in mind is when whatever you're setting your mold on, make sure it's somewhat flat, because otherwise this stuff's gravity pull it all to one side. It is pretty much a liquid. Okay, so we're gonna end up with extra, but we will play with it afterwards. So let's see if make some little skulls out of it or something. One ounce of this, 12 drops of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. So that should mix up to the same blue right there. It's the same 15 drops. Get us a popsicle stick out of the can. Okay, there's our resin. We add a hardener now. Deeper the pour, the more it matters about how many bubbles you have in your mix, because it's harder for the bubbles to get to the surface. With a deep pour, another thing you can do is pour it down your popsicle stick. Will help it. Or if you have it, you can get the thing that I was talking about earlier that I need to get, the pressure pot. And you can stick something like, you could stick this cup in there for a couple minutes. Make sure you have extra room in the top of the cup, because it will it almost looks like it's foaming. It looks like you just poured root beer into a cup. Because it sucks all the air out of the resin.
Because air would make bubbles, and we're trying not to have bubbles.
Settle out. Where we need to add.
And then, did you say already how long this takes to cure?
Particular resin takes I just leave it overnight, and it's good the next day usually. So by the time I get back from going and buying the rest of the stuff to foam and everything I need for the costumes for Silver Age, this should all be cured. I'll be able to pop this stuff out tomorrow. Maybe I'll jump on and do a short little live stream sometime during the day, assuming I have tomorrow off. Woo! And pop this thing out of the mold on the stream.
Yay, tomorrow!
Okay, so we just got a little bit of this left, so I think maybe one skull. Let's see. Start with one, see where we're at. So one thing to keep in mind when if you want to embed stuff into this, certain things can inhibit, which means your cure process, which means basically mess up. And then you will end up with this weird sticky resin that's like gummy and never fully cures. You can also do that if you don't get your mixtures right. Dang, we might get a third skull here.
I like skulls.
We already have 2 poured. I think we're on a third skull here. Wow. I need to get more measuring cups too while I'm out. Alright, so that's our resin pours. You can also do things, now that I'm done getting actual resin, take these off. Less sticky than normal. Shoot, I should have put these back closed first. Part B. Part A. Sealed up. Okay. We'll move the mouse over here. I will just slide the mat to the side. So then we have some workspace. Okay. So if you were going to cast silicone into one of these molds, it would be a very similar process. One, you'd need silicone. 2, you'd use something like this. It's a universal mold release. And this will keep the silicone from bonding with the silicone. If you do not, you end up with stuff like this where it is on there and it will not come off because I missed some of this mold release when I was spraying it. So from now on, he will not have fallouts. you will have a flat spot on the abs. Okay. Ooh, there is actually another type of resin that we could play with real quick that I have not played with yet.
Ooh.
I just got this in.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh, it's a first time.
It should be a similar process. Oh, look, there's instructions. Let's quick glance those real quick. Six to 10 minutes under UV lamp. This is UV resin, is what this stuff is. And it's supposed to be crystal clear. Ooh, fancy. After pouring the resin, bubbles, curing time is usually 2 to 5 minutes, depending on thickness, the UV resin, What is the ratio to mix it? Hazards, blah 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 blah. No one cares. Prick, poke the bubbles.
No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares about safety stuff. It says to prick bubbles.
Well, I thought you were all about safety. You're the safety man.
Safety for others. I don't do safety too much for me. Open the package. Prepare the mold. No dust, no good. Avoid the dust. You need to color the UV resin. Please add the slowly through stirring after each additional color uniform. It does not give me a ratio on this. I wonder if it says on the bottle somewhere. First aid. Composition. Warning. I'm guessing it's 1-to-1, assuming the bottles are the same size. That's what most resin mixes are. Let's try 1-to-1. What's it gonna hurt? We're gonna play with these little cups.
All else fails, add more.
Well, there's no, like, you won't know it filled until it's filled. Oh wait, no, this is crystal clear resin, so it's probably not a mixed product. Probably just 2 jugs of it. Open. Alright, first plucking part I don't like on this. The silk came out horrible. So let's try. I'm gonna try something real quick. We're gonna experiment in the cup. We're gonna put a little drop of it in there.
Well, the title is experimenting.
And then with just resin in the cup, we're gonna hit it with the UV light.
So what are you doing there?
Should cure it if it's a one-piece thing. And we will know in just a second by hitting it with the back of the brush. That has cured that. That is hard. Mostly cured.
Mm.
I would leave little scuff marks on it with the brush, but okay. That tells me what I need to know. Okay, so what we can do here is literally just pour resin into one of these little guys. What color little skull should we? What color shiny do we want to do? Let's see. We have blue.
What are our options?
We have blue, which we've already seen some blue. We have light blue. There's black sparklies. They call silver gray. It's like a gunmetal color. There's grass green, yellow, violet, orange, turquoise green, gold, purple, red, and black. You want to see a color? First color in the thing is what I'll do it in. First color in the chat.
Well, if no one says anything, I want to see the silver one you're
Silver
talking
gray. Anyone? Anyone else? Okay, silver gray.
Come on, chat. We want your opinion on a color.
Ooh. Or pick another color that you think will complement it. I have an idea.
Let's see. I think some of the people are working, so
Yeah. I get that. So pick another color you think will complement this. What I'm doing right now is I'm brushing some into the mold. A little bit like a flakiness of it over the mold, especially on the face. And then the resin we pour inside will have a slightly different color to it, and I'll have a silver sparkle all over whatever color, shiny color we make it. So what other color do we want? Maybe red? Red with
yeah, we can try red.
some sparkles on the outside. Let's wipe the spoon clean from the last time I used it. With blue. Comes with these lovely little spoons. Just put a little bit of you into the resin. And then we need. What do we want to stir with? This would be great. There we go. Here's some sticks. Stir that in with a toothpick. Pull uniform. Make packages.
Why a toothpick?
Because it's a small cup. It allows me to scrape the sides a little better and stuff. And now we have like nice red sparkly mix. Just drop that in there.
We're not necessarily making Pokemon cards, Saewon. We're just like infusing them into the art.
So if this works the way I'm hoping it will work, what we'll end up with there is a stand that has a Pokemon card embedded into the resin. I know one of the vendors at Stockton Con. I did not make enough of this red. There's a vendor that I've seen them at Stockton Con before. They make coasters and stuff with Pokemon cards, Magic cards and stuff embedded in them. I've also seen them, I think, at VerseCon. So I got mica powder all over the table. Damn it. Gotta mix up a little bit more because my mold wasn't quite full. But hopefully I can make a cool stand with Pokemon cards and different. I'm using the energy card because, well, they don't matter. If you ruin one, nobody's mad. It's an energy card. Who really cares? Cure the resin on the stick real quick. So just by shining this light on here, because this is UV resin, that it's like half cured already. I feel like the color may have slowed it down a bit because the light's reflecting off of the shinies, not getting as deep.
Let's.
You can see I can touch it now.
Looks like it's changing color to me.
I can touch it and it doesn't do anything on my finger. It's a purple, it's kind of a purplish colored light. You can see it on my hand there. The camera doesn't pick up the purple the best, but so it's gonna look a different color under the light. Let's see what this does. I wonder if the silicone slows down the resin or the UV. I do know if you hold your hand in front of this UV light too long, you will start feeling it get hot real quick. The same way I brushed this with the silver, me and Bruce are planning on brushing this with some stuff and making the scales of the dragon different colors. That's what me and Bruce were talking about trying to do later.
Oh.
Seeing how this stuff works out, this dragon might be a good candidate for using UV resin because it is not that deep of a mold and a lot of it's exposed. Not fully cured, but it has a skin. I touched
And we have
off
about
it.
4 minutes, honey, until we should start expecting a visitor.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of let that UV sit on that for a bit. Let's see how these are curing. Those are very wet still. Alrighty, so what have we learned so far? These molds are freaking awesome. These skull molds are awesome. I like these. I'm a really big fan of these. I might get another set. These are super cool. Hopefully this will come out. Looks like the Pokemon card's not touching the bottom, or the hand is fully covered in resin. So hopefully that ends up a Pokemon card free floating in there. That'd be kind of cool. These will give us some light blue versions of those skulls. The dragon mold came out real nice. That was another one I really liked, but I don't think I need to get more of. I also got some other interesting molds. The dragon came with an egg. I can make eggs and embed different things in the eggs.
Yummy.
Also, a ton of Switch covers. So we got like the classic plug. We have the old school white Switch cover. 2 Switch light cover. And then the single and the double for the big, and the triple for the big light switch covers. So we can make different interesting little light switches, put swirl colors in them and all kinds of interesting stuff. Those I think would be really good candidates for the UV. There's so much surface area exposed. Also, this one might be as well. If I can do stuff like that. And get the whole thing in the UV. Spin you 180 so you get the light on the other side. Alrighty. So, couple things I'm realizing I want. Ooh, that's starting to get hard. That feels hard. I think we might be able to pill this guy. Yeah, we can pill this guy real quick. Let's pill this guy and then we'll
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. We're still right in the middle.
Oh, not fully.
It leaked out on my fingers. Okay. So.
Our guest is about 15 minutes away, honey.
Okay. Well, I guess that will do it for tonight. So, I mean, the UV needs more UV to cure. So we'll give that some more time to do its thing. I have goop on my hands. So, with that, I think we're going to call it a night. So.
Do you need me to hit the button?
I got her. Remember, everyone, be a maker, not a hater. And don't be afraid to experiment. Have fun. Good night.